Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. I'm Sexy Kyle, and I'm here with John.
I'm Sexy John.
Okay.
That's our new, I was going to say it's our pronouns, but I don't think you can really joke about pronouns, really.
No.
No.
We're gonna skip that. But John, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So this is like role reversal.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
So I was driving here today, and I felt like I wasn't in my body. Has that ever happened to you? Like I was driving.
Are you sober? Are you
Yes, I'm completely normal. I woke up this morning, whatever. I just was driving here, and I for whatever reason, I just didn't feel like I was a part of my body.
You're like dazed and confused. And
I was driving, and I feel like I was on autopilot, and I was like trying to not be on autopilot, but I was. And I couldn't get myself to feel like I'm in my body.
You were aware of the fact that you didn't feel like associated with yourself.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I can relate. Sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, you ever just stare in the mirror or you just zone out for long periods at a time?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what you went through, because I've never done that while driving. That sounds actually pretty scary.
Yeah, it was, because I couldn't get myself to be like, I am driving.
Yeah.
It was I'm just driving, but meanwhile I'm thinking about fucking outer space. I don't know.
Recently, no, I guess to answer your question, no, I've never done that exactly that.
I haven't really either.
You might want to get that checked out.
It was kind of scary.
But I've been hearing voices.
What?
I'm literally not even trying to be funny. The last few days I've been hearing voices in my house. And this is not an exaggeration or anything. And I talked to my mom about it, and I wanted to make sure before I talked about it on the podcast, I wanted to make sure it was I didn't want it just to be a one-time fluke.
Okay.
You've
been hearing multiple voices in your... Yeah, I am concerned. You're alone in your house and you're hearing voices.
Yes.
Either you're schizophrenic or there's ghosts.
Well, okay, so there's a few possibilities. So I've been I edit videos a lot. So I spend a lot of time with my headphones on at my computer listening to stuff. And then on top of that, when I'm not editing, I come here, put headphones on, and I listen to us talk.
A lot of headphones all day.
There's a lot of headphones and a lot of just voices stimulating my ears.
So a lot of time you're not in reality. So this is kind of similar. I was visually, I felt like I was outside of my body, and you are auditorily not inside your body.
Yeah, and I've also become very aware. I listened to this podcast one time with this guy who's big into meditation and mindfulness, and he was saying how so many people nowadays can never just sit with their thoughts. People avoid that at all costs, whether by listening to music or listening to podcasts or watching something.
It's very true.
And I'm the same way. And so I've become very aware of the fact that I am stimulated almost 24 hours a day, which probably isn't good, but that's just how it is. So the other week, so this has happened 4 times in the span of a week. So not every day. The voices aren't always there,
but they just pop every once in a while.
But I'll be editing for 5 hours, and then I'll take my headphones off, and my whole family's out of town right now.
That scared the shit out of me. There was a deer walking through your backyard.
Oh my god, you scared me, dude.
I just saw little thing slowly moving along.
Bro, the way you looked, it literally felt like a movie. In horror movies when someone sneaks up behind someone at the fridge with a knife,
and someone's like,
yeah, the look in your eyes actually scared the shit out of me. Oh my god,
that was so weird. It looked like some thing was just slowly gliding across.
I thought I was gonna look back and see someone in a mask just staring through the window.
No, I'd have a bigger reaction.
What would we actually do if we looked and there was a guy staring with one of those scream masks and a knife, staring right there? What's our plan?
I would immediately think that it's one of our friends, and so I wouldn't know what to do. I think we got to find weapons.
Which one of our friends would do that?
None of them, but none of them would care enough to do that. Yeah. It would be Chris, though, if anyone's going to do it. We got to start finding weapons in here. We got a couple Guitar Hero guitars. There's a bottle we can use. I could smash a bottle on someone's head.
I could film him while you're fighting him off, so I have the evidence, and you could kind of be you could be the guy defending it, and I would just get the proof.
Yeah. Well, I could beat him up with one of the cameras.
Well, you didn't have to use the camera.
No,
you could use the cheaper thing, the tripod.
Well, but the
camera wouldn't be.
It would be connected to the tripod though.
Okay.
So it's more weight at the end.
Yeah. There's cords here. You could try and strangle him.
That's a bold. He's got a knife, dude. Cut the cord.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we'd die.
Yeah, we'd probably die. If someone wanted to kill you.
Oh, they could for sure.
In most scenarios, if someone's heart was set on killing really anyone, if you really were determined to kill Jeff Bezos Or like even someone high profile.
I don't think I
Okay, let's say
Jeff
Kyle
Bezos.
Seager. Mariners.
You beat the
Mariners
shit out
player.
of me, dude.
No, I know, but I'm saying if not like strength wise, I'm just saying if you like plotted for months and your mission was I am going to ruthlessly murder this person, if it's the last thing I do, you could probably do it.
I'm also just a very unskilled murderer. I don't have much practice in that field.
Yeah.
So back to these ghosts. Let's.
Okay, yeah. So my family's gone, so the house is just me, and it's like very quiet. Like I'll go the whole days without saying anything a lot of the times, unless Kyle comes over and we record. So it's safe to say there's no noise happening. I know that the only noise being made is from me. So the other day I took my headphones off and I walk out to kind of the hallway. I start walking downstairs and I just hear like, you know when you think you muted your TV or you think you turned it down all the way, but it's actually on like 2.
Oh yeah, you can
and you're in the other. You can hear something, but you can't even possibly tell what they're saying.
Okay.
It's been very similar to that, but I checked all the TVs, and so then I thought, all right, maybe it's like my Nintendo Switch. Maybe it's like on in like a box somewhere, or like, have you ever had I don't know, your phone is ringing, but it's like under a blanket or
yeah.
It's very distorted and muffled. That's what I've been hearing, but it's nothing. I cannot find the source of the sound. And I honestly think I called my mom and I was like, I think I'm tripping out, but like I'm hearing people talk, but there's no one around. So she's like, oh, maybe it's someone outside, like, because there's like a little rental property near our house. And I was like, no, it's not them because they're at work. It's the middle of the day. I think what it is my brain, I think I've become so used to like hearing things all the time that even when I take it off, I still think I'm hearing stuff.
I mean, maybe. Or there's just ghosts.
Or I have like an actual mental thing that I need to get checked out. But
was anyone murdered on your property at some point, to your knowledge? Like maybe before your parents moved in?
I mean, it was an old couple that sold the house to my parents. And every time there's like an old couple leaving
Potential
somewhere,
murder, you know?
It's like could be weird.
Yeah, I don't trust old people sometimes. They're either really cute or really scary. There's never just like an average old person, you know?
No, there's some... Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess I could agree with that because they're either like, oh my God, they're adorable.
Yeah,
and
or like I hate them.
They're wholesome or they're creepy freaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I might be hearing things. I don't really know. I'm going to keep monitoring this. If it gets any worse, I will keep you guys updated.
Yeah, send some Snapchats. Maybe you could try having a conversation, like call back to them, say, what are you saying? Say it louder.
Okay.
And they might reply. We'll see.
Yeah.
Or you could just buy a Ouija board and then do that by yourself.
Do you believe in any of that?
Kinda. I don't know about like a Ouija board, but I got one for Christmas one year. My family.
Do you have a Ouija? Do you still have it?
No, we gave it away.
Oh.
But
it's probably for the best.
Yeah, I tried it in my college dorm for some reason. It was dumb.
Did it work?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, my sister and I did it in a closet one time thinking something would happen. Looking back, I would have never done that because that could have summoned some spirit into my house.
Oh, really? So your feelings towards it have changed since you were younger?
Well,
like you were willing to do it back then.
I think I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know what it was.
You didn't know what you were getting into.
Yeah. I was like, why, Mom, why'd you give me that for Christmas?
Your mom gave you a Ouija board?
Well, Santa did.
What kind of fucked up gift is that?
I don't know, dude.
Santa? Come on, dog.
It was either, I'm pretty sure it was Santa. It was like, we got some board games and then like a Ouija board. And I didn't know what it was. My sister's like, oh, yeah, Ouija board. So maybe she wanted it. I don't know.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yo, did you guys get like gifts for your pets on Christmas? Like, would you have like a little thing for like...
We're white.
Yeah.
Of course we did.
No, and I even... some of the years I would get like a gift from like my dog.
Oh, okay, and it was it's a different level of white.
Your dog. So I would give one to my dog, but then I would get one, and it was like, oh, from Rosie.
What did Rosie get you?
And it would be like a Hershey's bar or something. I'd be like, oh, silly Rosie.
Like she could have needed it, so she gave it to you.
She gave it to me.
That's good thinking.
She would have died.
Yeah, my cats don't do shit. They just scratch me. I have a new. She tried to slit my wrist the other day.
Yeah, dude, it
was actually used today.
You're actually gonna have like lifelong
scars,
permanent scars on all of your forearm and wrist.
I do, all over my hands. You know, it's my battle scars from my cats. But
your forearms are looking good.
I got complimented on my forearms the other day too.
So it must not be I think it must be a trend because I noticed it today.
What is special about my forearms?
No, they just seem to stand out more than your average person's forearms, which I think is good.
My coworker literally said that yesterday.
Like, wait, what did they say?
He was just like, dude, your forearms look nice. And I was like,
Dude,
thanks. But I think it's genetically my forearms look this way because I looked at my mom's forearms like when she grabs something and you can like see
like her actual muscle defined.
Yeah, and it's not like my mom's like, you know, doing like wrist curls all the time.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm doing wrist curls. I think it's just genetically like I have nice forearms. And if that's my thing, then cool.
No, I think genetically, because you've been able to like get bigger when you like some people, if they were to try as hard as you, I don't think could have gotten, like, you've actually put on a decent amount of strength and muscle.
I also lost like I've deflated because I stopped drinking creatine.
Yeah.
Like I can look back at some of the videos and I just look very puffed up.
Yeah, which is,
and I've kind of sagged down.
But I mean, it's not like you've still retained a lot of your strength, but
sure.
It seems like genetically you're predisposed to like be able to get bigger if you wanted to. Whereas
that's nice.
I think you can obviously lose it quick because we've seen you lose like 20 pounds in a week.
Yes.
But I think maybe someone like Willig, like it might be harder for him to like put on.
Maybe, but I thought it would be harder for me to put on weight because I have a very high metabolism.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I think both you guys do. So
it's probably just the steroids that I've been taking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I also talked to my coworker, and you and I can't remember if it was on the podcast. We were arguing about The Rock being on steroids, but he's a powerlifter and he like knows about steroids, and he said he is 100% on steroids or been on steroids at some point. And he showed me all these different signs of like his skin looks papery and like his traps are just, you can't get traps like that.
But like he's
The
Rock,
the amount of food that he eats
he's
too.
He's The Rock though.
No, I know.
It's
I respect The Rock. I think he's a great man. I don't think he's bad for taking steroids, but he definitely does or did.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I think that the stigma of steroids needs to be like changed because they're not inherently like bad or evil.
I mean, some are. If you're
no, but like if you're an athlete, it's like against the rules. But I'm saying if you're just like a dude, you just want to get big and you
do it.
And you figure out the science and like are being smart and safe. Like there are safe ways to go about doing it.
Yeah, there's mild ways of doing it,
but like
there's like another level.
Then there's people that like fuck up their body and like
that's when it's bad. Like I've taken steroids.
What?
Not like by choice. It was like for my mouth. After my mouth,
those
they
are
gave me steroids.
Totally different.
So
steroids.
Like, that's probably why I look like this.
The term steroid is widely
and then I had to take a drug test, and I had to explain like, sorry about the steroids on my drug test.
Yeah. When you take a drug test for a job, and they test to see if you like smoke weed or do like heroin or whatever. Like, do steroids pop up in that? And are they going to not give you a job? Like, if you want to just get really buff?
I don't know, but I warned them, though. I was like, look, there are going to be steroids and, like, some, like, hardcore painkillers in there. I'm not just taking them to take them. I just had surgery.
Yeah.
But I still got hired. So
did you... Good. Wait, you took, like, hardcore painkillers?
I didn't want to, but I got to the point where I needed to.
Yeah, but
I was afraid to.
Do you know what type it was?
I think it was hydrocodone.
Because did you have any like urge to
I've also
take more of them
when I got a different surgery?
But like, did you have any urge of
no,
like, oh, that was nice, I want to take another one?
No, I didn't really notice anything when I took it.
That's good. I mean, did it just? Wait, you must have noticed something though, because that's why you took it.
I think like the pain maybe went away a little bit.
Yeah, that's the idea.
I don't think it like went. I don't think it was that drastic though.
It wasn't like, oh my god, I feel really good.
No,
with
I
this
didn't
pill
take it, and I wasn't like, whoa. I was in pain still.
Yeah,
it sucked.
I always
got a little tired.
Yeah, I've never had any reason to take any hardcore painkillers, but I do wonder what the feeling of, like, the start of how it would feel if you're on the verge of starting, like, an addiction to, like, a painkiller like that, where they, like,
I don't wonder
are just in constant pain if they're not taking, like, Vicodin or...
Is that what happens? Like, you feel like you're in pain? Or do you just feel like you just need it?
Well, I think it's both. I think your body, like, feels like it's in pain if you're not taking this thing. Even though, like, maybe if you, like, hadn't got addicted, you wouldn't feel this pain anymore.
Damn. I mean, your like, brain can do so many things to your body. Like, I don't know if this ever happened when you were a kid, but when you, like, you really wanted to be sick and you, like, didn't want to go to school. Yeah. Like, it happened one time to me where I didn't go to school because then I faked being sick.
Yeah.
But
then you start to feel sick.
Yeah, you start to feel sick. Because I'm like, I'm playing this persona of, like, I feel terrible. And then I start feeling actually bad. And I'm like, damn, did I, like, jinx myself?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if this really works or if it's a placebo but even if it's a placebo, if it works because it's a placebo, it still works, you know?
What?
Get what I'm like? So there's the argument of like
the placebo effect.
Yeah, like placebo, like they give you a pill that
Yeah.
doesn't do anything, but you think it works, which makes you feel better.
Yeah.
With a lot of things in life, even if it is a placebo, as long as it makes me feel better, that's cool with me.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
It's
you
true.
could give me the fakest pill, but if I believe it's going to make me feel better and then I feel better,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
That's maybe what happened with my hydrocodone. My mom might have just been like, let's get him some sugar pills.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was looking like Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Fucking
But,
dying.
shit. Well, I don't know what I was going to say about the placebo, but speaking of, like, what your brain can do. Oh. What I was going to say is I've always heard that if there's, like, a certain part of your body that's, like, in pain or hurting, so let's say your wrist is like just hurting a little bit. If it's
Okay.
like broken, that's one thing. But if it just like feels like weird, I've always heard that from like these meditation gurus or like people really into meditation and like monks and stuff are saying if you really focus all your energy on trying to feel a specific part, like inside, like try to feel like the inside of your wrist, you know, and you put all your focus into it. And
I can see my pulse in my wrist.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait.
I can see it right here. Wait. Look at my wrist. You see it?
Wait. Where?
Look at the bottom of my hand, like right here.
Okay, don't move. Whoa, did it just move kind of?
Yeah. It's
Dude.
my pulse. I got
The
blood
fuck? I've
coursing through my veins.
Well, yeah, because I never... Wait, can I... Oh my god, I saw Twitch!
Yeah.
Dude, I've never seen this in person before.
I also remember a thing where if you, like, there's tendons in your, like, if you wiggle your fingers, you can see the tendons in your, like, forearm or your wrist.
Oh,
and if,
yeah.
like, you could, like, squeeze them and, like, it would make your finger move.
Contract. Well, yeah, like how they hit your knee at the doctor.
Yeah,
the little
yeah.
mallet.
And people used to take their tendons and fucking pull them.
Who
They
did
would,
that?
They would, like, take like scissors and, like, pull them out.
Who? When?
Weird kids in middle school.
What the fuck?
There's always that kid that's like, dude, check this out. Fucking pulls. It's like the same kid that would do this with his thumb. You put your thumb under your fingers, and then you do this, and it snaps your thumb tendon.
People did that for fun?
Not for fun, but they would be like, hey, try this. Like, you'd see it on don't do it.
wait.
Like, if you squeeze really hard and then
So you put your thumb, for people listening, you
don't,
put your thumb...
please, nobody do
Don't
this.
do it, but you put your thumb inside your knuckle.
Yeah, like
your
as far as
fist.
you can in your knuckle, and then you take your hand, like, sideways, and you twitch it forward, like
you're throwing like a fishing rod.
Yeah, like a fishing rod. You twitch it really far forward, and apparently it, like, I've seen pictures of it where, like, people are like, hey, try this, and then someone sends a picture and, like, their tendon is, like, all shriveled up and, like, it broke.
Why would anyone do that?
I don't know. Twitter, dude. I saw
What
it.
the
It happened.
fuck?
That was a thing in, like, high school or middle school.
Yeah. Well, where I was going with that was like apparently there's a lot more power to like mindfulness and like you can heal things in your body, not everything, but some things can be healed just by giving them enough thought and like focus, and like I don't know how or if that's all just a complete bullshit, but I've just heard that if you focus on an area that's maybe in pain, some things can be healed by like your thoughts and
All right.
focus.
So if my, like, leg is just like this, like bent, I can just watch it and focus on it, and it'll just
See?
go back
Not
to normal.
quite.
Yeah.
Not quite, but like maybe if you rolled your ankle and it's not like
Speaking of you've John sent me a random text at like late at night, and he goes, "Oh, I just sprained my ankle really bad. I fell off a curb." So
yeah, it was not my best moment.
I tell that story.
Well, we have a recycle bin. Like everyone, you take your recycle stuff, you throw it in the bin. And I was stepping away from it after throwing the stuff in the bin, and there's a ledge, missed the ledge, step, and I literally just crumpled like a... It really did feel like slow motion where you see like an NBA player, like their ankle rolls on someone's foot and they just kind of fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Like a shriveled up pickle. That's what it felt like. And I was actually really scared because I thought I sprained it really bad. And the whole night I was like, oh, fuck. Like it felt weird. And then now I feel fine. So I think I'm very fortunate with my ankle, like tendons. I've never
Yeah,
really
like stretchy
sprained an
tendons.
ankle. Like I've rolled it fucked up ways, but it's
Yeah.
never actually lasted as like an injury.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a really bad sprained ankle, but it seems terrible.
Yeah.
Like a high ankle sprain sounds like the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was kind of lucky. I didn't have a lot of injuries. Like, I've had bad shoulders, and that's kind of about it.
Have you broken any bones?
Well, I broke my thumbs and my toe, but
You broke both your thumbs?
Yeah,
When?
I fractured both of them. This one, left one was in 3rd grade, at recess. Someone threw a football and like jammed my thumb. And then we did pottery in class, and I was like, fucking, it didn't hurt. It hurt a lot.
Okay.
I had to put like a splint on it. Second one, it was in like also elementary school. I broke my thumb like fielding a ground ball. Took a bad hop.
So both sports related.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just
in your
super
DNA.
athletic. And then my toe was in PE soccer. Kicked feet.
Wow. Now you just need a basketball injury and you've like hit the.
That's when I dislocated my
cycle.
shoulder for the first time. It was basketball.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to block a shot, and my shoulder popped out.
Have you had any golf injuries yet?
Yes, I swung a golf club left-handed, and I dislocated my shoulder.
What the fuck?
So I haven't done that since.
Bowling?
No, haven't.
Pretty soon you're gonna step
yeah.
over the line and you're gonna slip, and that's how you're gonna like throw your back out for the first time.
Dude, I hope. I never want to throw my back out. That sounds like one of the worst things ever.
Yeah. Oh wait, okay. I don't want to forget what I was gonna say. We were talking about the mind and how it can do like crazy shit.
Okay.
And like make you feel sick or like heal you and stuff. It's really sad, but there's this one YouTuber. I told you a little bit about it, but his name is FaZe Rain, and he like used to be like everybody's idol growing up. Like when I was in middle school, when everyone was getting big into the gaming scene, and like he was kind of one of the first huge Call of Duty YouTubers and stuff. And sadly, like he's always dealt with depression and like suicidal thoughts and stuff. And he's mentioned, he like was open about in the past how like he tried to kill himself one time. And okay, get this. This is a crazy story. He tried to kill himself by like, he drank like a whole bottle of like painkiller or like some pills.
Jeez.
Just tried to like die. But it turns out he didn't die because he had like tapeworms in his stomach. And he never had. So there's like some people have this where like they can eat a bunch and like don't get full. They can eat just like an insane amount and like they feel like they're never really satisfied.
Okay.
Turns out like he never knew why he could eat so much, but it turns out they found out after he tried to overdose that like he had these tapeworms that would like literally they like eat some of the shit that you put in.
How did he get tapeworms?
I don't know if it's tapeworms or if tapeworms are
Some sort of parasite.
Some type of like worms. Maybe that's different than tapeworms, but he had like stuff in his stomach that was eating the shit, and without those tapeworms, he would have died, he said. But because he had them, they like ate a lot of the drug. Damn. And it like didn't digest or whatever.
Shout out tapeworms. That's one of my biggest fears is like having a parasite.
Something just living inside of you.
Yeah, like I remember there's this TV show on TLC called like Monsters Inside Me or something. And it would just be like they have this gaping wound, and then there's this thing that's like poking its head out, and they try to like suffocate it, and it comes out.
Wait, this is real?
Yeah, people get like these terrible parasites.
What the fuck?
It's like in this guy's knee, and this fucking they pull out this like 6-inch like worm thing.
Yeah,
It's
or like
disgusting.
the videos of like when someone has like a spider in their ear or something.
God, yes, that's so scary to me. I can't do that.
But anyway, so this guy like. It's just been sad because everyone, like, as long as people have been fans of him, they've always known that he's, like, struggled with depression and stuff. And anyways, like, I guess over the last couple months, he kind of, like, things got pretty bad, and he kind of went off the deep end and was very vocal on social media, like, on Twitter, tweeting a lot of, like, kind of outrageous stuff. Like, people knew this guy's not okay right now. And so, like, all his friends and, like, the FaZe team was trying to like help him out and like get him help and everything, and eventually like he was quiet on Twitter for a while after kind of being very vocal, and he eventually tweeted like, hey, sorry guys, like I'm in the hospital, I don't remember anything from like the last 3 months.
That's crazy.
Like he was so like fucked up that he didn't remember like the whole summer or like the stuff he did or the stuff he said. And then he said that basically tweeted saying he's never going to be able to walk again, that he's like paralyzed because he has like nerve damage from like the drugs he was taking, or I don't know what happened exactly, but somehow he got nerve damage. And now like he said that he's been in excruciating pain for like weeks at a time, and like no one can help him. But fortunately he had like an updated tweet saying that they've gone to a bunch of different doctors, and now someone thinks that it's actually sciatica, which like a lot of like fighters get, or like MMA. It's like some bad like nerve damage or nerve pain in like your lower back, which like if it's bad enough, you like it. Like Mike Tyson in an interview was saying he got it, and it's like debilitating. Like Mike Tyson can't walk, like he's crying, like it's like the worst.
Like currently Mike Tyson has it?
Yeah, Mike Tyson is. Did you hear how he's getting back into fighting?
Yeah, but I thought I thought he was fighting. Yeah.
No, he was, but he was on Joe Rogan the other week, and he was saying that a couple months ago when he first started training again, like the first day of serious training, he got it.
Damn.
And like he said, it's just sciatica. Apparently, is like the worst pain, like debilitating. You just can't even walk. But like
terrible.
Point being, I don't think phase rain is permanently like paralyzed, but it's like if you get bad enough nerve damage. Where I'm going with this is it's just crazy that your brain and like just nerve damage alone can like is such a serious thing.
Yeah, it's
you just
scary.
like it can literally paralyze you.
I don't understand like nerves. Like how can that just?
Do you want me to look up how do nerves work?
No,
because okay. I mean I don't really get it either, to be honest.
It's just crazy to me, and like it's just so sad. So this is a change of pace here, but I was having a conversation the other day. If you could like know calculate the number of something in your life, like over the course of your life, how many of something like you have done, or like what would you do? Like what would you want to know? Like one stat or a couple stats of just like your entire life. Like how much total water you've drank in your life, like how many gallons, or like if you like were to see a water tower, what % of it have you filled up?
How many fingernail clippings I've developed. If I could put them like in gallon jars, like how many gallons of fingernails have I cut off?
Or just like total amount of waste that you've produced.
Dude,
a lot.
How much shit do you think you've shat out?
So much shit, dude. A lot. I don't even know how to calculate that.
Dude,
like, how much is like the average like poop?
You ever just have those shits that just seem like, how are these, like, how did I come up with this much stuff?
I didn't eat this much food.
Yeah, there's more coming out than what went in.
Must have been like saved for later or something.
Yeah. I think I'd like to know my total number of full pizzas.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like every slice I've ever had, just put them on a pizza on top of each other. How high would they stack?
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, mine would stack pretty high.
Yeah. Or if you could look at like the total like amount of like fat that you've eaten like from those pizzas, or just in total of like just like a big ball of fat, like how much of that has gone inside of me.
I'd love to see any of this, but more if I could compare it to someone else's. So if I could walk around and be like, point at Kyle, and I could be like, show me
your fat blob.
His fat blob, and it would like pop up behind him, or it was like, oh, how much do you think you or I have eaten more sugar? Probably pretty similar.
Sugar, I would say maybe me. Because I'm a sugar guy.
I mean, I have a lot of sugar too, but
yeah, but just like seeing a big barrel of how much sugar I've eaten. Yeah. Because like you see those commercials where it's like, this is how much sugar is in a Sprite or like a Coke, and it's like so much sugar.
Yeah.
And that's just like, I drank a lot of Sprite when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of sugar. Dude.
Fanta. We had a big Fanta phase.
Yeah.
Did you ever what was I gonna? Oh, did you ever sprinkle sugar on your, like on top of your Rice Krispies or anything?
Yes. I would yeah, I would dump sugar in my Rice Krispies, and then it would sink to the bottom and be like, there's no sugar in here. And I'd put more in. I'd put like 6 spoonfuls in there.
What kind of fucking psychos were we?
Why was that a good idea?
If they didn't taste good enough to eat them how they were, maybe gross. I should have just ate something else.
Rice Krispies really aren't good.
No, Rice Krispies and just like Corn Flakes.
Yeah, gross.
All the cereals before we were born sucked ass.
Wheaties.
They just...
I don't think I've ever had Wheaties. That was like a big thing in the 90s of like, oh, you're on a Wheaties box, dude.
They're just Frosted Flakes like without the coated of sugar.
Yeah, I don't think they're good.
Yeah, no. They're probably healthier, though.
I mean, I don't know.
What do you think was the most unhealthy time period?
Now.
You think that was more unhealthy than like in like the 70s?
No, I think most unhealthy might be like 2000. Because that was like around the Super Size Me era, and I feel like they're just developing newer ways to like like McDonald's is developing newer ways to just finesse like
cheap shit.
The health code. Yeah. So they're just having just lard in all of their food. But now it's improved a little bit because like they don't have the pink goop or whatever the hell that was.
Oh, I remember when that was a thing. When everyone found out what I think it was when Super Size Me came out, and then everyone saw the videos of what their chicken nuggets looked like.
And the chicks. I've ever seen the video of like all the little chicks, and they go into that like blender. It's so sad. They're on like a conveyor belt. It's disgusting. It's
they just dump them in. How do they separate their like blood? And
I think it's just all in there.
Wait, no.
Yes, there is a video of it. I don't know
They
what it
just
was for.
pour live chicks
Yes.
into a blender.
I don't know if it was from McDonald's. It wasn't like a blender. It was like a conveyor belt, and they just get sucked into this thing. It's so sad.
Dude.
It breaks your heart. Don't watch it, anybody, please.
It's in Super Size Me or something
No.
else?
It was a video that like went viral. It was like around the time of like Two Girls, One Cup, like that realm of like the guy sitting on the jar and like the guy shoving that thing up his dick. Have you seen that one?
He shoved like a needle up his dick?
No, dude. It was like a big thing.
How did he
Almost
spread
like a
his
dildo.
hole?
I don't know, but he was doing it, and I was like, "Oh,
did you see it?
Yes,
Dude.
I've never seen Two Girls,
That
One
would
Cup,
actually... Oh, bro.
I never will.
Two Girls, One Cup
I've never seen that.
might be the grossest video that's ever been made ever.
I don't know, dude. The guy sitting on the jar and it breaks. That's pretty gross
Wait,
too.
does the
I
jar
saw that
go
one.
into his ass?
Yes, like a mason jar, like this big.
But like, was it already in his ass before
It was like
broke?
halfway through. He like starts sitting on it and he starts spreading and then just goes pop.
So the glass just shatters in his ass.
Yeah, and he's like picking it out and it's bleeding. And he doesn't say anything. He's just like picking out glass shards out of his ass. How did that guy shit?
Dude, I've never seen that
Don't.
either.
Don't watch it.
Was it like a sex video? Was it like a porn thing?
I don't know what it was for, but his dick's out and it's really small. That's all I remember from it. Is like he's facing the camera, squatting on this mason jar, and
Dude,
his dick's out.
I've never seen a guy I've never seen footage of a guy getting anything up his ass.
Well, you can't.
in my
Luckily,
whole life.
you can't see his ass.
Oh.
You just can see his dick. And
Oh, so it's like
everything.
from the front.
Yeah, so it's like you see his dick. It's really small, and then he's just like
Does
slowly.
he stand up to like take the shards of glass out, or is he still kind of like sitting?
I think he's like kind of squatting still, and he's like just picking shit out of his ass.
Dude,
I know. It's
Yo.
so bad.
Two Girls, One Cup. I knew it was bad when like, I don't know if you have a memory like this, but the first time I ever like saw like boobs, like the first time I ever
That was the first time you saw boobs?
No.
Oh, that would have ruined him for you.
No, that would have been bad. No, but the first time I ever saw boobs, I actually have a vivid story. I don't know if I've told this.
Oh. Boob story?
I like found out what boobs were, and I was really young.
Just Googled boobs.
And I wrote down on a sticky note boobs.com as like a reminder, apparently. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, oh, like boobs, like I want to look this up later.
All right.
So like I wrote it down to like remember
Good
as
reminder.
if I was gonna forget. Have I told you this?
No.
Okay, so it was like
That's awesome.
But what I did was to make it sneaky, on the sticky notes there's like 100 things. So I wrote it on like a random one in the middle. So like it wasn't on the top one.
Okay, yeah.
But then I guess I just forgot that I ever wrote it on this thing and I put it back in the drawer.
Ah.
And anyways, so then some time goes by and at some point in the next couple of days, I look up boobs.com and I will never forget what I saw. So it's a real website.
Boobs.com.
I've never been back because I was kind of traumatized, to be honest with
Really?
you. But like, the homepage was a lady with just the longest, biggest tits I've ever seen, and she was hanging them outside of a hot tub. So she was in the hot tub, like you know how you can like lean on the ledge, like your arms on it, but her boobs were like over the edge, like leaning, like almost on the ground.
They're probably so big. What?
Well, like there wasn't that much space between the hot tub and the ground.
Dude, they're probably so like heavy that she could have been like actually balancing like that.
Yeah,
Like it's
like
like
a
one of those-
counterbalance.
Yeah, just her big tits. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Oh God.
I saw that, and the feeling I got. Did you ever, the first time you saw naked girls, did you get like this pit in your heart? This like really like
Pit
a
in my
sick
heart.
feeling. Like
Nah, it wasn't a sick feeling. It was like a
you know
sick
when you get
feeling.
the call that like someone dies.
Yeah.
I almost got like that where I like
Really?
I needed to I needed to sit down kind of.
You saw boobs and you were just like, God damn.
I was just
What have I just witnessed?
I was though it like grossed me out kind of. It really
Well, that
did.
would gross me out.
Yeah, and I think like if I would have saw some normal boobs, I would have been like maybe liked it, but
Yeah.
it like I think it fucked with me because I was like,
You think it's still a website?
is it still on the website?
Yeah, you think?
Dude, no way.
Probably
It's still
not.
the homepage, but
Well, I hope not.
so yeah, then funny story. So I saw that. I didn't like jerk off. Like I was too young for that even.
How old were you?
I was definitely in elementary school. Like
Okay.
I don't know, like 3rd grade, 4th grade. I don't know. When did people most?
Yeah, no, it's weird to think that like that's true. And then like I look at a 3rd grader now and I'm like, there's no way he knows anything.
Yeah, and
But I did.
But so then I vividly remember like a week later, my sister comes up. I'm sitting on the couch like watching sports. She comes up and says, "Hey, John." And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Did you write boobs.com on a sticky note?" And I was like, and like I tried to come up. I mean, I'm like a third grader, so I'm trying to come up with some lie, but like she clearly knows it was me. And I was like, "No, like I don't know, I didn't write it." And she was like, "Okay, like I'm not gonna tell mom and dad, but like just like don't write it on that, okay?"
Yeah, don't fucking write boobs.com on a sticky note, you dumb little bitch.
And I was
Dumb
like,
third
okay. And
grader.
then that was that. I don't think anyone ever found out. So shout out to my sister.
Have you guys ever talked about it again?
No, boobs.com has not been discussed.
Wow. We should bring her back on and talk about boobs.com.
Also, one time, my sister like walked in on me like making out with someone.
Oh, okay. I was going to say jerking off.
No. But I was like making out with someone, and
that's kind of awkward.
But it's also weird because that's never been addressed either. Like I just remember I was like on the couch in like the living room, and like this was like in high school, and she walks in, and it's like dark, and I hear hello, and then like me and like the girl were both like, oh. Like we didn't say anything. We like got quiet for a sec, and then my sister must have realized what was happening.
She's kind of backed
out.
And
as soon as she said hello, she just disappeared. She must have like ran up to her bedroom or something. So thankfully, she was like a homie and like just left it.
Well, next time we talk to Morgan, we're talking about boobs.com and then her walking in.
I've never addressed either of those with her ever. So
okay,
that'll be funny.
That's good.
Do you remember your first time ever seeing like boobs?
Not really, dude.
You don't have like one that stands out?
I mean, I feel like I remember No. Like I remember the first time like I saw porn. I was really young. Like too young to be seeing it. Like it was showed to me by somebody else that was older.
Was it like on accident, or were they like kind of like, here,
no, they
watch
said,
this.
Here, watch this.
And
yeah.
Like,
and I was like, what's this? Why do I like this? I'm 8.
Did you like it, or were you grossed out? Like
no, I liked it.
Oh, okay.
I specifically remember. Oh man. Then I told Jordan about it, and then he looked it up and didn't clear his search history, and his dad saw. This is a good one for next time we have Jordan on. I'm not going to say any more because it's a funny story. Okay. And I don't think Jordan and I have really talked about this. That's been something that's been unsaid or that's just never been spoken about. That's good. I'm going to write that down.
We're uncovering a lot of like
that's good.
Hidden gems here.
That's a funny story.
I'm trying to think if there's anything between us that's never been discussed. It's like something that happened that we just avoided talking about. I really don't think so.
No, not really.
I wish I could think of something, but
I hate that feeling though of like things being unsaid and like you both know and it's like it's weird. I wish we would just like bring this up and be like, hey, this is awkward. We should talk about this.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to do that because it's awkward.
Yeah. Well, this is actually a good segue. I wanted to talk about. I want to get a little more real here near the end.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is gonna sound like a dark turn, but like, hear me out. We're gonna maneuver this into a good conversation.
From boobs to a real conversation.
Yes. What a fucking transition this is gonna be. But, yesterday my grandma passed away.
Sorry.
Thank you. And not to like make it all weird on the show or whatever, but I wanted to talk about a couple things relating to like love and like life and stuff like this. And what's cool is like when Kyle came over, I was kind of like, before this episode, we didn't really know what we were going to talk about today. And like usually we have some few guiding directions, but one, I think we've gotten better at just winging it, which is cool to me. But also I was like, you know what? Why don't I just talk about some of the stuff that's been going on? Cause like got a lot of like emotional shit going on.
Yeah.
And what's cool to me is that this is our show. And the thing I love so much about it is like, we can make whatever the fuck we want.
Agreed.
And we got, there was some like comment at some point that we saw where it was like, oh, like, and I've seen other podcasters say this too, where because someone listens to the show, they feel like almost entitled to like, oh, you guys should do this for the fans or like, but at the end of the day, it's our show and we can do whatever the fuck we want. So like, if we ever talk about something that you guys don't like, or you're not feeling, or you don't agree with, like,
that sucks.
Fortunate for you that you can just turn it off. Yep. You can just go listen to something else.
But we're going to keep talking about it. So it sucks for you.
But anyways, so not to get too like sad or depressing, but yesterday my grandma passed away, and she's been sick for a while, and it was like, we all kind of expected it. But so like, it was obviously really sad. And it was also hard because I didn't get to really connect with her a lot during the last couple months because of COVID. But something I wanted to talk about is like, for me, I don't know, a lot of like deaths don't hit me as hard. It'll hit me at some point. Same with when Connor died.
Yeah.
Like the day of, I didn't really like feel that emotional. I was just kind of like confused or like numb, I guess.
I think everyone processes things like that differently.
Yeah, like for me, it's always delayed, kind of. But so like I wasn't really that emotional. Like I had a pit in my stomach. I was like, oh fuck. But it was almost more of like, I felt that way because I knew how my dad must be feeling, because it's his mom. And I don't know. To me, it's an interesting topic. Is like when you witness your parents grieving about something. It's such a weird...
It's almost harder than, like, you actually grieving.
Yeah, like, because, I don't know, it's just such a weird feeling, because it's someone who in your life generally has been, like, always strong and, like, there for you, and they're, like, they're the provider. Like, if you didn't have your parents, you're probably fucked. Like, I would have died.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, so it's so weird, especially because my dad is, like, pretty, like, a hardo, I guess. He's, like, very stern and, like...
Like, I can't picture Steve being emotional.
Yeah, like my dad's never going to be like, I mean, he's not the type of person who will like never say I love you. Like he'll be like, oh, I like love you, whatever. But it's more of like, he's just like, get the job done, put your head down. Like he's not going to bitch about anything or complain or anything. And I don't know. So like when I talked to him, like called him and talked to him, that almost hurt more than like hearing that my grandma died. Not that I didn't care about my grandma, but it was like, I'm obviously closer with my dad than like, and my mom than like most, or than like anyone else in my life probably. So I don't know, just seeing your parents when they're like hurting is so weird, because it's like I don't really know what to say to you, you know?
I think just seeing like anybody that you're close to like really hurting, there's nothing that you can really say.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm always somebody that like I want to make things better. Like if somebody is like not happy, I want to help, but sometimes you just can't help.
Yeah.
And I think it's like a good skill to like to learn to just be able to not like, because trying to help can sometimes make it worse, because like there's some things like obviously you just can't help. Like they're sad, they're gonna be sad, like let them be sad. And I think it's just like even just like your presence being there, or like the thought of like someone calling you can help. I don't know, like,
well, yeah, because I mean my like my mom was texting me and she's like, we all know my dad's never gonna be one to be like very outwardly emotional like that, but she was like, you know, to him now, like his kids are like the biggest thing in his life. So like, I think he just appreciates that I like called him. Even it's kind of one of those things where like him and I both know there's nothing really that needs to be said. Like, he knows how I feel and that like I'm sorry, and I know how he feels and everything. So it's like, it's the same way when Connor died. Like all of our friends knew, everyone felt the same way. So it's like we could talk about it, but we also like never felt the need to like talk about it, because everything we already knew, you know? Yeah.
And I think like the thing that like helped me, I don't know if it helped me the most or that like made me feel the best, I guess, was when someone would just not even try to like say this whole spiel about everything's going to be okay, blah, blah, blah. They're just like literally just say, even if I like am not close to them, just say like, I'm here for you. Like, I'm so sorry this happened. Yeah. Like that, even like little things like that can like really change. And that's actually a good segue into like right now it's Suicide Prevention Month, and just be there for people. Like if you care about somebody and you notice that they're struggling or they seem off, or if you're somebody that like you're struggling, go and get help and be there for the people that you love. Yeah.
And sometimes, like you said, there's nothing you can do. Like sometimes you've done everything you can, and at that point, like, you got to just be okay with the fact that like you tried. And like, no, I agree. Sometimes it almost is better when someone's just like, if someone's just like, hey man, like that really fucking sucks. Yeah. And that's it. Like they don't even like, I would agree. Sometimes if someone's like, oh, like it'll get better. Yeah. It's like
everything happens for a reason.
I know it's right. And I know they're right, but it's like, sometimes it's just nice to hear like, damn, that really does fucking suck. And you're like, yeah, I agree. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's been weird, but something I mentioned, I think this was back on I think we've done 2 episodes where we talked about like Connor and his kind of story and like some of our favorite memories with him and stuff. But one thing that I talked about then that I want to talk about now too is, ever since he died, I've been very big on the whole idea of like if you feel something about someone, to say it and to express it. Because fortunately with Connor, I always had the relationship with him where I would, and like he would always say, like he was never really one to shy away from, like if he was upset with you, he would say it.
Yeah.
And I liked that, and I felt like him and I were like very honest and open. And so my point is, after he died, I've made it kind of an effort to, if I feel some way about someone or something, to express it, because almost always that's going to be better than not expressing it.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I wanted to express something that I've kind of been going through that I think people might actually take away from this. And I was like, I don't know if I should talk about it on the show, but basically I want to now. So
Kyle's no, I think this is great. Like
Kyle's like, oh, where are we going here?
I mean, I don't know where we're going, but I think this is
okay,
great.
Okay, so I have been like in love with a person for a very long time. And Kyle has known that, and like my friends know that.
It's not me, guys.
It's not Kyle. But I've really, really liked a person for a very long time. And at one point or another, it became apparent to me, like, I don't just really like this person, like I actually love them. And
okay.
I don't say that word lightly. Like, to me, someone's like, oh, I love you, bro. It's like, that's one thing. But when you're like actually like
you're in love
with someone, it's like different. And like, listen, this person, I'll explain the whole story, but I'm very, very close with them, but I don't care talking about it, because everything I'm going to say here, I've already said to them, which is why it's like off the table already. Okay. So it's not like weird anymore. But point being, ever since I had this mindset after Connor died, I was like, if I like someone or if I really care about someone, I should tell them, because God forbid something to happen to someone and you didn't say something. Like, that would kill me, to be honest.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to say something and I was like putting it off, even if it's like a friend or to like you or Shim, and then like there was something important I wanted to say and I never got the chance to say it, and then they like died, that would suck.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I liked this girl forever, and at some point I decided, like, this is just bothering me that like I feel this way and I can't keep it inside anymore. So I decided to tell her, and like I was fucking terrified. Like, that's for me like the scariest thing ever. Like,
it is.
Confessing,
because you don't want to ruin a friendship.
Yeah. And so the thing is I've been like best friends with her forever, and like we're been really good friends. And anyways, so I told her, and like at the time things weren't really reciprocated, and like we had the conversation, and it was like a tough conversation because it was ultimately like timing's just not good. I'm not really sure if we feel the same way or whatever. So like I can take it, and like I've accepted that. But my point is, even though things didn't necessarily go how I wanted or how I was like hoping, I'm so happy that I did express that when I did, as opposed to not saying it. And like I'm much happier that I got rejected. It wasn't really rejected, but for the sake of the argument, like rejected versus not saying it at all. And I guess to bring it full circle, my point is, I feel the same way about my grandparents and about my friend Connor who died. And like, I just encourage you guys to like express if you're happy with someone or frustrated with someone. That's one thing I can get better at, is like when I am upset, to like try and express why I'm upset, instead of like, I don't know, like with my family, if I'm like upset or angry, I'll just avoid talking until I'm not upset.
I kind of do the same thing sometimes. You kind of bottle it up.
Yeah, and I'd rather not explain why I'm angry and just wait until I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For me, at least, that has been the biggest, I think over the last 4 years, 3 years especially, that one thing in particular has been the biggest like game changer in my life, is just like saying what I feel when I feel it, instead of just like waiting. I mean, there are times when maybe if you're like really mad in the moment,
like you shouldn't say,
think about wait for like a day. But if you're thinking about something every day for like a year,
just say it.
It's probably important enough to be said, you know?
Yeah, I would agree.
So that was a long-winded way of saying, shoot your shot, and sometimes you might get rejected. But for me, at least, I am happy that I did, because the situation that I'm at now is like better than it was if I hadn't said anything.
Okay. You know? That's good. That's good advice for you kids. Like, I'm not trying to turn this into a funny thing, but like seriously,
No.
like if you really have something that you need to say to somebody, like if you don't say it, they're never gonna know.
Yeah, there's
Just say it. They can't read your mind. Just say it.
There's two
not that
options
hard.
of things that could happen. If you really, really like someone, you either tell them, no, there's three options. You tell them they feel the same way, and it's like, oh my God, great, we like each other. Maybe you start dating.
Mm-hmm.
2, you tell them they don't feel the same way. You maybe are heartbroken for a little bit. You don't feel the best. And then but now you laid it all on the table. Shit's over. You can now move on. Or you never tell them, and you're like me, where for like 2 years you want to say it and it eats away at you, and you think about it every fucking day.
Yeah.
And then you just like drive yourself crazy. And that is the most useless outcome.
Don't be like John.
Don't do that. I mean, maybe there's times where you like, maybe you do got to wait for 3 months and like think it out and like figure out if you should say this or not. But
yeah, I think just like going out and just saying it without any context, like probably not the best strategy. I would say think about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it and when you're going to say it.
Yeah, the context of when is important.
That is
too.
important. You can't just like spring it on a person.
Yeah.
Like
if they're like grandma just died and you're like,
I love you.
They're like, whoa,
What?
this is too many things going on.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so I don't know. This was a very complicated ending to an episode here, but
yeah, it's all right.
But yeah, so
okay, one thing that I'm going to add before we move on to whatever the hell else we get to is I don't know how I want to say this. This is kind of back to, I guess, Suicide Prevention Month. But if you are someone who maybe you were in love with somebody or you just had your heart absolutely broken, like that is one of the worst feelings ever. Mm-hmm. And just know that it does get better. Like I can say, like, it happened to me, and like I was at my lowest of lows, and that was like around when we started the podcast. So just know that like everything works its way out. Like a lot of you are very young.
Yeah.
And the first person you meet and the first person you feel like you're in love with is probably not.
It might be.
It could be, but chances are it's not. And there are so many other people, and you have such a long life to live, that don't focus on this time in your life and think like this is the end all be all. Like I'll never be happy after this.
Yeah.
I know it's hard because I've felt that way before, but trust me, this is somebody who's been through this. Everything gets better. And that goes with anything.
Yeah. No, and I think that if anyone listening is a kind of like hopeless romantic like me, like that's how I would describe my view of like love and life and stuff, because everything I do, I picture it like as like this like drama / like romantic movie. Like that's how I kind of view my life. Like when it comes to my dreams and goals, I view it as this like intense drama where like things get crazy and then everything like pays off in the end and all this. Like I'm a hopeless romantic. That's what that means. And I think that for me, when I'm in love with someone, I really do feel like it's like the only person in the universe that like
special
fits that thing that I need. And like, I'll be honest with you, I still feel that way about this person. And at the end of the day, you can't force yourself to like not feel something.
Exactly.
But like Kyle said, if it's something that like if you're trying to move on from something, or like you're trying to, like if you do get heartbroken, feelings will change at some point.
It could take years.
For me, those feelings aren't going anywhere for this particular person. But like I've been in past relationships where like after you break up, I got like really depressed, and then eventually it comes to a point where you, at least in some of my older relationships, I like was actually like relieved at some point or felt better, and then you realize, oh my God, this person wasn't as awesome as I thought. Or like,
and even if they aren't like a bad person, still just like realizing that you can't control this person. If like they don't want to be with you, you can't force them to be with you.
Yeah.
And like you just got to kind of do you. So like my best advice is do things that make you happy, be with people that make you happy. And even if you're not feeling happy, I think for most people things will change.
Yeah.
And like things do get better. It could take a long time, but It really will. And it's like when you're on the other side of that, it's such a good feeling to look back and see like how much you've grown and how far you've come since then.
Yeah. And another thing, you can't always be the person who's like putting in all of the effort and doing everything. Like for me, I always want to like please people, and like I'll do my best to make someone care about me or like make someone happy. But there comes a certain point where you've really laid it all out there. And like at a certain point, if this person, whether it's a significant other and things are falling apart, or if it's someone that like you have a crush on, at some point there's like nothing more you can do. Yeah. And I think it's important to realize when you've done it all, and at this certain point, after you've laid everything out there, it's up to this other person. And if they're not going to put in the effort, or like if they just aren't feeling it,
then stop trying.
You got to just give it up.
Put your energy somewhere else.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, shoot your shot. If you get rejected, shit sucks.
We've all been rejected.
Yeah.
We're okay. You'll be all right.
Yeah. But all right. So, all right. Well, we're going to move on here to our lovely segments. These segments are right. For Thursdays in particular, I really like these ones. Agreed. We have Why'd You Google That and fan questions. So if you guys want your fan question to be read and answered on the show, DM us on Instagram at PIMS Podcast. Also, if you want extra content, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/PIMS Podcast, where you can get some extra content, help support the show. Check it out. It's super fun. Kyle.
Yes.
What'd you Google this week?
So we were talking about, how much waste a human produces. So I Googled how much waste does a human produce, like in their lifetime. So the U.S. average expectancy for a male is 76 years old. So how many pounds of waste would you guess?
Do you have the answer?
I have the answer.
Bro, pounds?
Pounds.
I don't know. How much does like an average shit weigh? That's hard.
I'd say like...
I've never lifted my own shits.
No, I haven't
curled
my poop yet.
Less than a pound, right?
I don't know though, because like you take a shit and like you weigh yourself sometimes. You ever do that?
Oh.
And it's like, damn, I lost like 2 pounds.
All right, so
it's also like peas and fat.
All right, let's just say if it is a pound and you take, let's just say one shit a day.
Yeah, but there's also pee too.
Oh,
that's all.
both.
That counts as waste. I would assume.
Oh, damn. All right, one shit a day, 365 days a year. That's 365 pounds.
Oh no, this is just poop.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is just poop.
Okay, so let's say.
Woo!
Wait, let's just say if it's.
Let's say like a pound a day.
365 pounds in a year times how many?
76 years.
76 years. 27,740 pounds of poop.
Okay, that's pretty close.
What's the answer?
It says 24,320.
Dude.
And that's just poop.
That's because your poops when you were a baby are like smaller.
Yeah, that's true. And then probably as you become like 70, they'll probably get small again.
Yeah.
But like we're in like the prime time right now.
We're in the midst of our biggest poops.
Definitely.
Bro, 24,000 pounds of poop. You know how much 24,000 pounds? Like the guy just set the deadlift world record of deadlifting 1,000 pounds.
Dude, think about how much that guy poops. That guy
poops.
Dude, that guy is like poops like 6 times a day for
sure.
Dude,
he poops. His poops are like as big as his wife. His wife is like a third of him.
Yeah. God.
Okay, but he deadlifted 1,000 pounds and could barely lift it. Yeah. Think about him deadlifting that. Just picture that bar.
That's all poop.
24 times.
That's probably like where we're at, right?
Poop.
That's where we're at. Wow, I can't talk. That's like where we're at right now. Like that's how much we've probably produced. Around 1,000. Or how much? That was 1,000?
He deadlifted
1,000. I was thinking 10,000. God damn.
No. Yeah, he deadlifted 1,000.
Okay,
so we pooped 24 times that amount.
So we probably do that in like 3 years. That's like 3 years of poop.
Right now? Yeah,
that's about 3 years.
Shit, dude.
Literally.
It took all the strength in his body to deadlift 3 years of our poop.
I mean, that's probably like 2 for him, but still, dude, that's crazy.
Oh my god.
How are our pipes not just bursting? God. And that's one person. Yeah. Think about all the billions of people in the world.
Yeah, where does poop get like recycled? Or like can it like where does it
gets like
it gets into the sewers, but then how does it ever like
I think it breaks down. I don't know. I'm not a sewer guy. There's a voice crack. I don't know.
Okay. Well, mine's actually related to waste, but a different kind of waste.
All right.
Relating back to when I rolled my ankle putting stuff in my recycling bin, I was thinking like what really happens if you don't put the right thing in the right bin?
What do you mean?
Like if I was to put garbage in my recycle bin, what ends up happening?
I'm pretty sure there's like a conveyor belt and people like sort that shit.
Yes. So, well, I just looked it up. I said, what happens when you put garbage in recycle bins? And it said trash in a glass bin certainly could cause the load to end up in the landfill. So what's crazy is that if you put like some trash in the recycle bin, that whole load could get basically like vetoed.
Damn,
and
bro.
they could end up sending, even if it's like 95% recyclable stuff, if there's some garbage in it, they could send that to the landfill.
Guys, just recycle. It's not that hard.
It said other common reasons for recycling getting trashed include not rinsing containers, okay, throwing paper in your compost, or putting glass in single stream / commingled bins. I don't know what that means.
So there's like paper bins.
I
Wait,
don't know.
commingled bins.
This all
There's like glass
or
bins.
putting glass in single stream / commingled bins.
I thought you could put glass in the recycling.
I think you can. I don't know what the single stream means, but point is, rinse your containers and actually try and sort your stuff. Like even
It's not that hard.
even if there's like a little container that you got food in and it's like plastic or it's you can recycle it. If you leave like a napkin in there, that's like what they said. You can't put certain things in recycle. You got to separate that.
Exactly. Don't ruin my great load of recycling with your shitty load of recycling.
Yeah.
Don't ruin my nice load.
Yeah, like, you know, you don't want to be that one guy. Like if, you know, the Lakers are in the NBA Finals and one of the guys on the team walks on the court with a gun, the whole game's getting shut down. It's not just him getting kicked out. You ruined the whole game because you had a gun.
Yeah, so that's the equivalent to putting garbage in the recycling bin.
Yeah, a guy walking into the NBA Finals with a gun in his hand.
Exactly.
Yeah, so don't do that. Okay, cool. You learn something new every day, guys.
Perfect.
Moving on to fan questions.
Our Ferns. Oh, this is Rowdy, right? Our Rowdy Ferns.
Yeah,
our
Rowdy.
boy. All right. Bang, marry, kill. Pope Francis, Putin, Bill Cosby. Is Pope Francis the one that like diddled kids?
Ooh.
Did
he intentionally give us 3 horrible humans?
I mean, Putin and Bill Cosby are worst of the worst. But
yeah, but did
Pope Francis?
Is it like the first or the?
He might just be he might just be the Pope. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Current Pope is Jorge. Oh, he's from Argentina.
Oh,
I think Pope Francis is oh. Wait,
where does the Pope live?
Whoa,
I don't even know this, dude. Where's the Pope from?
The Vatican.
Yeah,
he lives in the Vatican. I've been there. It's in Italy.
Oh, Italy.
Yeah, I didn't see the Pope, but I went there.
But do they have to be Italian?
No. So Jorge is from like Argentina or some shit. But this doesn't make sense. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, I said that wrong, became Pope Francis. So
wait, whoa!
I don't understand this shit, dude. He is Pope Francis, but he's Jorge.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like an alias. It's like
all
Narwhal.
Right,
it's like Pope Narwhal. And,
okay.
But then there's also different names. Not every Pope is Pope Francis. So how come this guy is?
I don't know.
I guess they couldn't call him Pope Jorge because it wouldn't fit the vibe. I guess
that's so dumb.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I'm not. That's all bullshit to me, in my opinion. But anyways, if you're a Pope guy, that's good for you. I'm not a Pope guy. Anyways, bang, marry, kill. Bill Cosby, Pope Francis, Putin. There's no right answer here because they all suck except for the Pope.
I think we should. Isn't Putin like the worst?
Bill Cosby's pretty bad too.
Yeah, but like Vladimir Putin like has more influence on like a whole world of issues. Like he could cause more damage.
I'm gonna kill Putin.
I don't know though. Like,
bro, I think I might have to fuck Bill Cosby because I don't want to marry him. I don't know what he's gonna be doing.
Yeah, and then you probably
have to marry the Pope.
Fuck
him and just
the Pope.
Give him the boot. I'm gonna marry
as long
Pope.
as this is one of the respectful popes who's like hasn't done
Jorge.
anything.
I don't know. I could buff up on my Spanish. I don't know.
Okay, so kill Putin, fuck Cosby.
That's probably the move, dude.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby's gross, dude. I don't want to fuck him. Okay.
All right. The next question is from Steve, and he says, "You're both hiking. You become lost. Weeks pass. One of you dies. You've decided to eat the deceased person in order to survive.
Of course.
What part of their body do you eat first?"
I'd eat your ass. Figuratively and literally.
Really? That's the best part?
I don't know.
Because we've kind of talked about
I don't think
what
I
would
would
be the most... Dude.
I wouldn't let you die on me, dude. I would will you to stay alive.
But like, if I was dead...
Well, first of all, we
would
gotta
you
decide
eat me in order to
who would
survive?
die first out in the forest. I think I have more knowledge.
But okay, this is a good time to address. I think a future video we're gonna do. We got a comment where someone was like, "So Kyle in the past has been pretty confident, outwardly confident about his ability to distill water.
Yeah,
given the right equipment,
of course.
And he could turn like undrinkable water into drinkable water,
of course.
Which I don't really believe, and Jordan didn't believe either.
Nah,
so we might try it and we'll give him all the equipment. We'll give him like an hour.
Perfect.
And we'll put you on the spot.
Sounds good.
But you can't use the stove. You got to do it we'll make you do it outside.
Can I have supplies to like build a fire?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not gonna be like fucking rubbing sticks together to like start my fire.
Well, what do you mean? That's
all I'm saying is like I gotta have the right equipment.
Like flint and like
I gotta be able to start a fire, like a match.
Okay, yeah,
maybe some paper
we'll
and
give
some
you that,
wood.
But like you gotta keep the fire going. And,
yeah, I can keep a fire going.
Okay,
I'm the fire king.
But you
know
think
fires I've started in my life?
Think after you got a fire going, you could set up the correct things to distill water?
Look, it would be tough. I think on paper I can do it. Can I actually execute? I don't know. I'm gonna stay confident. Yes, I can.
Okay, so we might try that for a video. But
okay.
Yeah, I think I'd probably die first.
But I don't know, because like
we spend about the same amount of time in. No, you go camping a lot more. I think
I'm more knowledgeable, but I would also just tell you like, hey, let's eat these berries together. I wouldn't just be like secretly finding my berries and like
like we wouldn't be them. Everything we did, we'd be doing together. I would assume so.
Build a shelter. I don't know, but let's say John dies. I would like to think I wouldn't eat you. I don't think I would want to like eat your ass because like I know what comes out of that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what comes out of that thing, but I don't want to know.
You could go for my calf. It would just be really hairy.
Like a calf.
So maybe as long as you cook it and like sear off all the
probably like a bicep or like a calf.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not gonna dig far enough to get to your like pec or something, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's kind of like a dumb question, but you know how like when you get raw beef and it's like bloody kind of.
Yeah.
There's like blood in it.
Yeah.
And you cook it and like the blood goes away. So like, how does that work?
I think that's like the juices is just the blood.
So like, but if like in a chicken breast, there's never like, where's the blood at?
I don't know. Sometimes there's a little bit of blood.
Like, do they drain it of blood before they package it?
Yeah. Yeah. They hang them upside down and all the blood drains out. That's what they do with like beef. You ever seen like a big slab of beef just hanging in a truck?
I get that. I've just never really understood how that works. Like, how does the blood just
I try not to think
out of the muscle? Because of the chicken, you're eating the muscle, right? You're eating the muscle of the chicken.
Yes.
And I just don't get how they like can guarantee that all the blood's just gone.
Dude, the slaughterers know. They know how to get the blood out. They can get the blood out.
Okay, but my point is, if you had to eat like my calf, you cut off my lower leg, would it be all bloody even when you cooked it, or would the blood just go away?
I don't think I'd take the time to like drain your calf.
Yeah.
So like, I think I'd probably just like throw it on the fire and start cooking away.
Ugh.
Gross. I don't think I could live with myself after that, knowing that I ate you.
Yeah. I got another question related to this.
Okay.
So I listened to this podcast, and this guy, it's a story of this guy who got like stranded in the Congo and apparently I've never been to the Congo, but apparently
not a good place to get stranded.
The rainforest areas or like the forest areas in the Congo are like
that's where like
very deadly.
Too.
They're what?
Gorillas.
Oh yeah, they got like the craziest shit in the world is in the Congo, and like I guess there's just anything can kill you, and there's a bunch of different wild animals and unknown creatures and shit. And so this guy went out there with this this really rich kind of like a trust fund guy who like was like a kid of some rich famous like prince or something.
So he went to the Congo.
But he met this random guy who happened to be the son of some very high up official in some other country. So just some like billionaire's kid. And so he went out on this mission into this forest, and they were looking for this unknown creature basically to try and discover it. And they got lost out there. They ran out of all their food. But this guy that he was with was just the type of guy who was like, "Oh, it's gonna be chill, bro. Like we'll be fine, bro." And they got to a point where basically they were gonna die if they didn't get out of there, find an animal, or eat one of the other people.
Okay.
And so he said in the middle of the night, he hated this guy so much because he said he was the worst person ever, that he picked up a boulder and he stood over this guy's head, and he said he came this close to dropping like a couple 100-pound boulder just on his face and ending him.
Couple 100-pound boulder. God, how strong is this guy?
You could
Picking up a 200-pound, but a stone. It's not like it's a barbell.
Okay, I don't know how many pounds it was, but he
It must have been like 80.
It was big enough to where if he dropped it in the tent, it would end his life.
Dude, if I drop like a 60-pound weight high enough, it would kill you. On your head?
Would it?
Yeah.
From how high though?
Dude, if you're sleeping on your back and I dropped a 60-pound weight on your face,
just from like a tent though?
From me standing like
from there to the ground.
Like this.
I don't think that would kill me.
Maybe not, but let's go like 80.
It would like fuck me up.
Yeah, but like a rock is different because there's like jagged edges that would just dig deep into your nose. They say like a little, like 8 pounds of pressure breaks your nose.
8 pounds?
Something small.
I didn't know about that, but yeah, like, would you kill someone even if they were alive? If it like, because his option was they were either both gonna die or
I would rather
one of them would have to kill the other,
because I couldn't live with myself knowing that I ate a person and killed them.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, even though I hated this guy with all my guts, I just couldn't get myself to just kill him in cold blood.
Dude, that's like the worst situation. You're stuck like in the Congo jungle with just the worst person ever.
Yeah, and apparently they had like rations. They brought food, but this guy ate all his rations.
Oh man,
he ate both of their rations.
I would have just killed him and not eaten him.
Yeah, in that case, if some guy just mindlessly ate all my food, not worried about our survival,
fuck that.
I might have to kill him.
Why would a billionaire go to the Congo? Like, I'm not trying to shit on the Congo. Like, the Congo is cool probably, but I'm just saying, like, you don't belong there, and like you're just obviously this guy's weak. Why is he in the jungle?
I mean, maybe he was there for a reason. He was like a diplomat or like
didn't do a very good job.
Business relations between countries or something. I don't know.
Seems like the worst.
Yeah. So I think Kyle would survive and he would eat my calf.
I'd just die with you.
Okay. Strange episode, but that's expected.
We covered all the bases today. Boobs.
I think potentially, I don't know when, either next episode or hopefully the one after that, we might have Kyle's old neighbor on our show.
If you guys want like a good nostalgia episode where we just talk about a bunch of childhood memories, that's going to be one of the good episodes for that.
Yeah, like growing up, we had this other best friend named Kyle. And like we don't see him as much anymore, but he's gonna be back in town, and
he's part of the neighborhood squad.
Yeah, so he probably has a lot of memories about us that we don't quite remember.
I already have some written down for him.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Be sure to check that out. But guys, there's new episodes every single Monday and Thursday. If you're new around here, you should leave a review on the Apple Podcast app. Rate us 5 stars and write a review. It helps us out a lot, and we need more. And when we get to 200, we're gonna live stream an episode. So
hell yeah.
Kyle, where can I follow you?
Instagram at KyleStafford36. Follow the podcast at PIMS Podcast. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Yeah. Yep. You can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well. We're close to 14,000 followers on TikTok, so I don't know. So that's popping off. Thank you guys. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.